If you're like me and you're in love with the APS-C or Super 35mm sensors, then the chances are that you have a real appreciation for wide-angle images. Recently I was contracted to shoot some property videos and I knew that my Tamron 24-70 just wasn't going to be wide enough on either my C100 or my 7D Mark II. Enter the Canon 10-18mm f4.5 to 5.6. Now, is this the most well-built or stylish lens? No, of course it isn't. But I love this lens, and here is why. This is my first STM lens from Canon, and while it doesn't have the build quality that my 70-200 has, the autofocus is damn right amazing. Not only is it very fast, it is completely silent and accurate 10 out of 10 times. It was a complete surprise to me as my go-to lens is my Tamron 24-70, and that at best is 7 out of 10 shots. This is not a big bulky lens, nor is it built like a tank. Don't get me wrong, it isn't badly made, it's just an all-plastic body and lens mount, so it isn't going to take a lot of abuse. The lens has full-time manual focus, very solid image stabilization which is up to 4 stops, and it's so light it doesn't feel like it's taking up any room in my kit bag. I am used to shooting on pretty expensive glass now, and I feel quite spoiled. My two main lenses, as I mentioned before, are the Tamron 24-70 and my Canon 70-200. Imagine my surprise when taking my first shots with the 10-18mm that it holds up pretty well in comparison to my 24-70. It is sharp all the way through the zoom range, a little soft in the corners but not enough to cause you concern, and it has a really nice colour rendition. The images you're seeing now were taken on my 7D Mark II and in the standard profile. This is one of the cheapest wide-angle lenses on the market at the moment, and while it did play a factor into why I bought this lens, I actually weighed it up against more expensive wide-angle lenses from Canon, but for a crop sensor camera, the larger, bulkier lenses aren't actually a good choice. The 70-40L lens from Canon would have been more like a 30-70mm on a crop sensor due to the 1.6 crop, so really, I don't end up with a wide-angle lens. Now here is probably where the lens falls down. Its maximum f-stop is 4.5, so not exactly a low light demon, and on a crop sensor body, it can put you off when you start getting up into those higher ISOs. The majority of the time, by which I mean 95% of the time, I light all of my shoots, either with LED panels or speed lights, so I'm really not worried about that. In the event that I do have to crank up the ISO, in video I use Red Giant Denoiser 3 to get rid of those noise patterns in Premiere Pro, or I use Define 2 which is part of the Google package which you can download for Photoshop. This lens has fast become one of my more savvy purchases that I've added to my kit. I'm really happy with it. The Canon 10-18mm is a great little lens and well worth its cost and then some for both photography and video production. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, all the usual stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.